Guys, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I mean, Bellerin, first half of the season was flying. For the large part, if we look at it in hindsight, he only really had a couple of hard months in, was it March or something like that? The Palace, whenever the Palace game was around, that was a bit of a hard task, and he found himself out of the squad. But he had a strong finish to the season, especially a strong game against Chelsea. Yeah, he had a strong game. Did he play against United? I'm sure he played it. No, it might have been Holding. But either way, the guy had, Stoke it was. He's had a strong finish to the season. That's all that matters. For the large part, he's had a couple of niggling injuries, particularly in November period. He's out for a while, but he's had a good season. Now we've seen at best Bellerin is a great forward, but we all know he does suffer from a lack of competition. It is somewhat naive. He's young, bit overindulged, knows he's basically going to play every game. Obviously, we've changed formations, and Ox can rival him for that, and there's things like that, and he was on the bench. But generally speaking, since he's coming to the first team, he's one of the first names on the team sheet because of a lack of competition. Competition makes you get better. You look at the several United sides that had several rich attacking options. You look at us. Competition in any dynamic in life makes you better. So I'm thinking about it. Do we sign someone better than Bellerin? Do we let Bellerin grow? Do we sign someone better than Bellerin? Do we sign someone capable of playing at right back? If Bellerin if someone needs to fill in for Bellerin, I don't know. But either way, the guy does need competition because it will make him better. Like in the same way that he's reacted because he's seen Ox take his place and he's been out of the side. You saw a reaction. You want to see that on a more consistent basis. Like I said, I don't know if we sign a right back better than him and let him directly fight. If we sign a suitable backup that can take his place and is competent. Or do we just rely on the fact that Coquelin can play there if need be? Chambers isn't here, but he can play there if need be. Holding can play there if need be. This is assuming it's 4 at the back, by the way. Obviously, it's 3. It'll be a bit different. There's a couple other Debussy, obviously, on paper, still here. There's several other little options like that. Personally, and now that I'm thinking about it, you've got to bring in better, right? I mean, I don't know where you'd find it. I'm not saying Bellerin's one of the best in the world. I'm just saying, that's not my job. Maybe the PSG right back, I do think, not Aurier, the other one, I do like him. I don't necessarily think he's better than Bellerin, but I think he can challenge Bellerin in the sense that he's competent, he knows how to do his role, and he's a good defender. But yeah, Bellerin does need some sort of competition, to be honest with you, because next year he can't come on with this nonsense. I want to see, he was consistent for the whole basis, but I want to see the reaction we've seen at the end of the year. He's got better because of the competition. Like, that is all I want to see. I still hold my thoughts that he needs to be, as if we're going to play 3 at the back, he needs to at least model his game on Dave slightly so he can play centre half if he needs to be, on the left if needs be, because it makes you a better footballer. The more positions you can play, the more understanding you have for that role, the more you understand different circumstances. That's why you typically I know it's not the same example because he's a right back, but that's why you typically see centre mids or whatnot when they're coming into the game, back in the days they would fill in at right back, or right now like at Arsenal you play on the flanks. Why? Because you're in an awkward position, you're in a different position. You have to think quicker if you're out wide because you have less time on the ball, and at the same time you have more options. Do you take your man on? Do you pass it short? Do you verify your game? Do you come in and make it narrow? Make it narrow so that the other team can't really break you down. Do you spread the pitch if your team need width? The same things at right back as well. Different experiences make you a better footballer. It's knowledge. Half of these footballers were not in these positions when they were younger and things like that. Danny Rose is in my head. The guy was a left winger. Gibbs was a centre mid / a winger. Yeah, there's many other examples of that sort of thing. Bellerin himself was a winger. I do not think he'd be at a top club if he stayed playing on the flanks like that. But yeah, guys, don't really know the point of this video. Just some thoughts I thought I'd share with you guys. Delulu Guno.